This video is basically about modifying the Harbor Freight 1-ton cargo truck bed cargo unloader. Basically this is made for a full-size pickup truck. And I'll show you what I did. Okay. Basically, it's too wide for your tailgate, which you can see this fits my Ranger because I modified it. But what I did was, first off, you have to do a little bit of cutting beforehand to get it together. But you can see I just took the material and I cut it all the way down. And what you can see, it fits on my, I'll prove it's a Ranger. Just to prove it's a Ford Ranger. There you go, Ford Ranger. But these are made for a full-size pickup. But I got an excavator and I'm about to move some dirt from my grandmother. So I kind of figured that I'd have to modify it. But this is what I did. I cut this material off. First off. Second thing, this is woven. So it could very easily unravel. So I figured out a way to fix that, which I haven't done it on this time around. I cut it preliminary last night. But you can see how this material is hanging off here. Just a little bit of material here. Okay, let me show you how I fix that. Okay. Basically, you run this right here, which is the heat gun, all the way down this edge. Let me see if I can get it. What that will do, it'll codify all this to where it will not come unwoven anymore. Like, because you don't want to make it to where it'll unravel over time. So you can see how this is all, which this is still on there, but that's just hanging from top. But you can see how this is all melted together now. You see how that's melted. This is melted. It's not going to come off now. You can just clip that off if you really want to, but it's melted. It won't unravel. Well, see, this one right here, this one had, from the factory, it had a little bit of stuff coming off here, which this is where they cut it. But they normally like put heat on this edge like they did on the other edge of this. The whole edge is usually heated to keep it from unwinding. But when you cut this, you know, you just cut it to fit, obviously, which it fits perfectly on my truck. And I'll be, you know, loading the stuff on it. But this was just a quick thing. You know, it's not going to be a long video because it's not that hard. You know, you just cut this to whatever width that you need. And once you do that, you're good. You know, obviously you got to put it together. You know, like put all these on here and stuff like that. But I haven't done all this. You can see some of this is still. I cut this last night, but I only put it on there preliminary. And when I put these on, I had to narrow it a little bit more. So I just did a little more cutting today. I took quite a bit off. This is only part of what I cut off. But I also had to take, there's tape in here at the very end to hold it on. I had to take that tape off and I had to move it in on both sides because you got to narrow both sides. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, really, I only gave 50-something bucks for this at Harbor Freight. They don't have no discounts anymore. But I didn't give much for it, and they work great. I've seen them on YouTube, and they work great. But that's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and you all have a nice evening. Goodbye.